It really was the most beautiful day to go flying. So hi, no music in today's video other than the sweet sound of the Continental O200 engine of the Jodel Mascaret. I love the sound. If it gets on your nerves, well, just turn the volume down. The flight, another flight over my local playground, which is the Arcachon Bay, Bassin d'Arcachon, but particularly beautiful today with the light and the low tide, is Bird Island, Île aux Oiseaux, which is in the middle of the bay. When it's really low tide like it was today, it almost looks like there's hardly any water, and it's quite a lunar landscape, I find. Just below me on the right hand side you can see some of the oyster beds where the oyster farmers have set out their, what they call them, oyster parks over here, parc à huîtres. You can see all the little eddies and little rivers which are exposed at low tide. And you can just make out the wooden cabins, the cabane chonquet, which are a local feature here. And one of them is actually sinking into the mud, unfortunately, so there's going to have to be some repair work done. But mainly today, other than a few nice shots of the bay on this particularly beautiful day, I wanted to show a bad landing and a slightly better landing. We'll get to that shortly. There was quite a strong crosswind right across the runway today, which in a taildragger makes it slightly more delicate than in a tricycle aircraft. So when in doubt, just apply power and go around. And we'll get to those landings shortly. So anyway, enjoy the video. As I said, no music today, and at the end of the video, stick around, I'm going to show you some of the aircraft that we share our hangar with, and other planes that are in the hangar opposite, and you'll get a feel of our friendly flying clubs here at the Arcachon Aerodrome, and hopefully if you're a Brit or a foreigner, you'll come and visit us shortly. So as you can see, I had to go around. The first landing was not going well. I think I was too high and too close to the runway, so I kind of came down, dumped the flaps, came down quickly, wasn't really set up correctly, didn't put a wing into the wind. Second time was much better, and I gave myself a longer final, came in right speed, right angle, and dipped a little wing into wind, had the balance of the plane about right, and then knocked it straight as we touched. Put a little bit of power on just to keep it going along on two wheels. It wasn't a three-point landing, and it settled very, very quickly. I had one slight bounce, and then it touched down nicely and settled down, stick right back, and there we are. So interesting, I'm glad I came out today. There was a crosswind, which has now died down, so it was good practice, and obviously must never be afraid to go around if it's just not working. With the taildragger type of aircraft, you really you just can't let it bounce, and once you start to let it porpoise, you lose it very quickly, so better put the power on and get out of there and come back and try again. That was today's flight. So Arcachon is a kind of little treasure trove of jodels. This is my friend Christian's. It was built by his father, and then Christian rebuilt it, and Christian's son flies it too now. So beautiful. It's a D112, I think. We share our hangar with the D112, which belongs to Christian, but also this is a robin. I can't quite remember the name, the number of it, and it's got its pajamas on, so you can't really see it as well as I'd like you to. But it's quite a rare, because it's, I think, the only robin that actually was built with metal skin rather than fabric on the wings and so on, and so control surfaces. This one's in metal, and it belongs to a former airline pilot who keeps it in the hangar where we are. Beautiful plane. I had to go in it with him, and it's a little mini airliner. In the hangar we've got Philippe with his ULM Pendulaire, which is a Delta microlight, I guess. He's very busy. He's doing hundreds of hours taking tourists up over the Arcachon Bay, and the thing takes off in about 50 meters. I've yet to go up in it, so I'm waiting for him to invite me. Our hangar is this aircraft, which is a wreck actually, and it's kind of collecting dust and birds' nests, and it has definitely seen better days, and the owner wants to keep it, maybe wants to sell it, but the trouble is this is an aircraft that is certified, so even if it cost next to nothing to buy, and that is not the case because he's asking for quite a bit of money. It would cost tens of thousands to get it back into shape and make it fly again, so that's not an option unless you got 75 grand in your pocket to do the work on it. Shame, because it's a nice little plane. That's RV9A in from Ondanos. I was over there yesterday and met the owner, and he said he was coming over today. Nice plane. Speaking of vans, this is Didier's RV 4. Sorry. RV4 tandem seater, and we're just putting the motor on, so it should be in the air soon. Vance heaven. Naturally, I think ours is the sexiest plane.